in a move that has sent shockwaves through the political and law enforcement communities. President Donald Trump announced on Sunday night that Dan Bongino, a former New York City police officer, Secret Service agent, and prominent right-wing commentator, will serve as the next deputy director of the Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI. The announcement, made on Trump's social media platform, revealed that newly installed FBI Director Kash Patel had selected Bongino for the role, effectively placing two staunch Trump loyalists at the helm of one of the nation's most powerful and traditionally independent law enforcement agencies. The decision to appoint Bongino, a polarizing figure known for his incendiary rhetoric and partisan commentary, has raised significant concerns about the future of the FBI and its ability to maintain its credibility and independence. The role of deputy director does not require Senate confirmation, allowing the Trump administration to bypass congressional oversight and install a leadership team that critics argue is ill-suited to manage the complexities of an agency tasked with safeguarding national security and enforcing federal laws, a radical departure from tradition. The FBI has long been governed by a tradition of selecting experienced senior agents to lead its operations. The deputy director position, in particular, is a grueling and complex role that requires extensive knowledge of the Bureau's inner workings, close collaboration with international partners, and the ability to navigate sensitive investigations. Past deputy directors have typically been career FBI agents with decades of experience in law enforcement and counterintelligence. Bongino's appointment marks a stark departure from this tradition. Unlike his predecessors, Bongino has never served as an FBI agent, raising questions about his qualifications to oversee the agency's vast surveillance and investigative powers. With a workforce of approximately 38,000 employees and an annual budget of $11 billion, the FBI is one of the most formidable law enforcement agencies in the world. Critics argue that Bongino's lack of experience and his history of partisan rhetoric make him ill-equipped to handle the responsibilities of the role. The decision to appoint Bongino has also intensified mistrust among the FBI's rank-and-file agents. Just hours before Trump's announcement, the FBI Agents Association informed its members that Patel had privately acknowledged the next deputy director should be an experienced FBI agent. The apparent disconnect between Patel's private assurances and his public decision to appoint Bongino has fueled concerns about the politicization of the agency and the erosion of its independence. Leadership duo with unprecedented inexperience, the combination of Patel and Bongino represents the least experienced leadership pair in the FBI's history. Patel, a former House Intelligence Committee staffer and Trump loyalist, was confirmed as FBI director just weeks ago. Like Bongino, Patel has no prior experience as an FBI agent, and his appointment was widely seen as a reward for his unwavering support of Trump. The duo's lack of experience is particularly concerning, given the challenges facing the FBI. The agency is currently grappling with a series of high-profile investigations, including probes into domestic terrorism, cyber attacks, and foreign interference in U.S. elections. Additionally, the FBI has faced criticism for its handling of the January 6, 2021 Capitol riot, with some accusing the agency of failing to adequately prepare for the attack. Critics worry that Patel and Bongino's partisan backgrounds could undermine the FBI's ability to conduct impartial investigations. Both men have a history of peddling misinformation and embracing conspiracy theories, raising concerns about how they will manage an agency that has traditionally been insulated from political interference. Bongino's rise to prominence. Dan Bongino's journey to the upper echelons of the FBI is a testament to his ability to reinvent himself. A former NYPD officer and Secret Service agent, Bongino first gained national attention as a conservative commentator and podcaster. He ran for elected office 3 times, unsuccessfully, before finding his niche as a right-wing pundit. Bongino's tough-talking style and willingness to embrace controversial positions catapulted him to stardom on radio and social media. He has repeatedly spread misinformation, including false claims that the 2020 presidential election was stolen, that masks are ineffective at preventing the spread of COVID-19, and that Democrats orchestrated a plot to spy on Trump's 2016 campaign. His rhetoric has earned him a loyal following among far-right audiences, but has also drawn criticism from fact-checkers and mainstream media outlets. Bongino famously declared, "My entire life right now is about owning the libs," a statement that encapsulates his combative approach to politics. His ascension to the FBI's second highest position has left many wondering how his partisan background will influence his leadership style and decision-making. Internal resistance and the fate of interim leaders. Bongino's appointment comes at a time of significant upheaval within the FBI. The Justice Department, under the Trump administration, has pushed out several senior executives with decades of experience running the Bureau's various divisions. The departures have left a leadership vacuum at a critical juncture, with many agents expressing concern about the agency's direction. The fate of Brian Driscoll and Robert C. Kissane, who served as acting director and acting deputy director, respectively, until Patel's confirmation, remains unclear. Both men were well regarded within the FBI for their willingness to stand up to perceived political interference. Their initial refusal to accede to the Justice Department's demand for the names of Bureau personnel who investigated the January 6th Capitol attack earned them widespread respect among their colleagues. Many within the FBI had hoped that Driscoll and Kissane would remain in Washington to help Patel navigate the complexities of the agency. Their potential departure could further destabilize an already fragile leadership structure. Concerns about credibility and independence. The appointment of Bongino has elicited questions about how the FBI will retain its credibility under a leadership team with a penchant for exaggeration and partisan rhetoric. The agency's reputation for impartiality and independence is one of its most valuable assets, and any perception that it is being politicized could undermine public trust. In an email to FBI employees following his confirmation, Patel sought to reassure agents of his commitment to the agency's mission. "I will always have your backs, because you have the backs of the American people," he wrote. However, critics argue that actions speak louder than words, and Patel's decision to appoint Bongino suggests a willingness to prioritize loyalty over experience. The broader implications. The appointment of Dan Bongino as FBI Deputy Director is emblematic of the Trump administration's broader efforts to reshape federal agencies in its image. By installing loyalists in key positions, the administration has sought to exert greater control over institutions that have traditionally operated independently of partisan politics. The implications of this approach are far-reaching. The FBI plays a critical role in safeguarding national security and upholding the rule of law. Any perception that the agency is being politicized could have serious consequences for its ability to carry out its mission effectively. As the FBI enters a new era under the leadership of Patel and Bongino, the agency faces a host of challenges, both internal and external. How it navigates these challenges will have profound implications for the future of American law enforcement and the integrity of its democratic institutions. Conclusion: the appointment of Dan Bongino as FBI Deputy Director marks a dramatic departure from the agency's tradition of selecting experienced career agents to lead its operations. His lack of experience and history of partisan rhetoric have raised significant concerns about the FBI's ability to maintain its credibility and independence under his leadership as the agency grapples with a series of high-profile investigations and internal upheaval. The decision to install 2 Trump loyalists at its helm has intensified fears of politicization. The coming months will be critical in determining whether the FBI can weather this storm and continue to fulfill its mission of protecting the American people and upholding the rule of law. In the meantime, the appointment of Bongino serves as a stark reminder of the challenges facing federal agencies. In an era of heightened political polarization, the FBI's ability to navigate these challenges will have far-reaching implications for the future of American democracy.